Hello everyone. As part of the revision sessions, I have started the single liners with respect to Indian economy. So first we'll be taking about the budget, then I'll go to economic survey, then chapter wise single liners I'll be doing, which will help mostly the students who have already much prepared and they wanted to make some rapid revision. They can go through this session, which can add up to their concepts and also the very important facts. So in every session, I'll be taking somewhere around 25 questions, and those are the questions which are directly in the question and answer mode, which are like basically the single line. So considering this, we will take the first few important single lines. So here, this is the one of the most important and known fact for everyone about the fiscal deficit. So in this very important fact, you have to remember is FRBM targets. You should also remember what are the guidelines mentioned by the encasing committee. So these are the three important things we should remember. And FD is about to make 4.5 percentage of the GDP by 2025-26. So most of the students have made this right in their regular class notes. And considering this, let us look at this question. Here the question says, what is the target fiscal deficit? And in this, by 2024 in this budget, so it is 4.9 is one important fact you should remember that is being targeted as part of the GDP. And look at the trends. So trends are quite important. Look at the trends. The trends showed the FD is reducing. So that is very important. FD is reducing from past to 4 years. So 6.4, it has come down to 4.9 and it is gradually declining. It's a good sign. And very much important is the effective revenue deficit. Effective revenue deficit is quite declining. Even that you should consider. So RD and PD, anyways, I made you write in the notes and that you can refer. But here the trends is very important. So revise with respect to these statements. Next, what is the projected nominal GDP growth rate for India for the upcoming fiscal year? So what is the nominal growth rate? Nominal growth rate means a growth rate which is inclusive of the inflation level, which is the current growth rate. So inflation is quite added in this. So that could be somewhere around 3 to 4% inflation is been added into the nominal that made the growth rate to go for 10.5 percentage. If you eliminate the inflation, you will again hand over somewhere around 7 percentage. Okay, that could be your real GDP. So please by heart these terms. The term number one says it is 10.5 percentage of nominal and 7 to 7.5 percentage will be become your real. So nominal one side you just go through, real on the other side you go through. And what is that basic difference between them? The difference is the inflation rate. Next, what is the capital? What is the budget allocation for the capital expenditures in this fiscal year 2024-25? Very important is this number you have to go through. That could be directly asked or he could make a question with respect to the capital expenditures. All 11s, last one is 1111. This is the capital expenditure which has been. Now look at the trend. Capital expenditures are being growing. Okay. And the capital expenditures, effective capital expenditures. Okay. These are continuously increasing. The trend shows as an increasing from 8.4 percentage to 15 percentage. So you should remember that the effective capital expenditures are quite increasing in nature. Next one. What scheme has been launched to empower artisans and the craftsmen, specifically targeting the traditional crafts? So it is PM Vikas Vishwakarma. PM, most batches I have already taught this. PM Vishwakarma. PM Vishwakarma, where the government is targeting certain artisans and the government will give them financial aid, training, and daily wages also. Daily wage also of rupees 500. They'll also, along with this, the government will provide the toolkit also. Toolkit also. Along with this, government has fixed that I will be making a charge of interest rate 5% per annum. So 5% that is what has been fixed on the loans. Okay. And if it is Swanidhi, on that it is interest waive off scheme. On this, there is no interest waive off. Which new saving scheme has been introduced for the women in the current budget? Mahila Samman Saving Certificates. Mahila Samman Savings Certificates. So this is very important fact which you will have to remember, that new savings schemes. So it has been introduced that certificate via the banks or the government institution will be given to the woman and interest rates will be given based on the investments because it's a saving schemes offering a fixed interest rate of 7.5 percentage for the 2-year term. So just remember 7.5 interest rates are very important because these are the government schemes. Next, sixth one, what policy initiative has been introduced to address the urban infrastructure Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities? That is, Urban Infrastructure Development Fund has been proposed and that has been funded under priority sector lending. Priority sector lending, it is a compulsory lending where 40% has to be funded, out of which 18% goes to agriculture. Remaining 22% includes rural development, okay, sanitation, or any sort of renewable weaker sections. Now they have also addressed the urban infrastructure. These has been added because the urban based institutions mostly the urban based institutions which are basically the domestic or could be the foreigners sometimes fail to meet the PSL target. So in case if you could actually add them for the development of the urban infrastructure, they could easily meet the target. Next, question number 7. In pursuit of the Viksit Bharat, the budget envisages sustainable efforts on how many priorities? So 9 priorities are there. It is very easy. One is agriculture, second one is employment, third one is HRD, fourth one is manufacturing, fifth one is urban development, next energy, next is infrastructure, innovation, research and development, next generational reform. So I suggest all my students to go through these 9 important priorities. He will directly ask in the exam which of the following is not the priority, which of the following is a priority. So you have to go through this. How many farmers have been initiated in natural farming? Just remember this number, it is 1 crore. So he'll give you 10 lakhs, he'll give you 1 lakh, etc. 1 crore farmers across the country will be initiated into natural farming, supported by the certification and branding in the next 2 years. So for next 2 years, they will be supporting to promote the natural farming. Paramparagat Krishi Sanchay Yojana. So all these schemes will be again try to be promote the natural farming. How much capital is allocated for the new capital of Andhra Pradesh in the current budget? That is 15,000 crores has been financial support has been given. Income tax constitute what percentage of the current budget? That is 19%. Why I have given you this question is most of the time from the receipt part, what is that income? That is taxable income and what is the non-taxable income. So in the both the cases, he will ask you the question, how much is the taxable, how much is the non-taxable, which has been received by the government. In such cases, in terms of the taxable, just go through the IT, which is one of the largest contributors, and what is the role of corporate taxes, which has been in the third place, and next comes the GST. So as per this budget, first comes income tax, next comes the GST, third come the corporate taxes, next is excise, and last one is customs. And put together non-taxes, how much non-taxes are being contributing is also your responsibility to read. Next, dash fund has been to organize Anusandhan. Anusandhan is the fund which is being organized for promoting the research and development. Next, uh, venture capital fund for space economy is set up as per how much it has been venture capital, that is 1,000 crores. Go through this. I have discussed in the also in the class note what is the meaning of the venture capital. I given so many examples based on this. Dash and Dash corridor model on the Kashi Vishwanath temple corridor is to be developed as per 2024-25 budget. It is Vishnupat, you have to remember, Vishnupat temple corridor, very important, Mahabodhi temple corridor. Along with this, they also want to promote Nalanda. This is also one of the very important bit. They want to globally empower this Nalanda University, Nalanda institution. Up to how many units of electricity is provided free of cost under PM Surya Ghar? Okay, PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. That is 300 units has been given. Okay, along with this, how many people are being targeted? Even that is being covered in the budget. All right, how many set of people are being given benefited? So remember this scheme PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. And next important budget 2024-25 announced transit oriented development plans for 14 large cities, for 14 large cities with a population of above 30 lakhs. So what happens is sometimes he will try to interchange these statements. He will add 50 lakhs, 70 lakhs or 1 crore of population, which will tend people to go beyond their assumption limits. So here there is one more question. He's talking about PM Mudra. PM Mudra Micro Units Development Refinance Agency, which has three important clients. One is Sishu, second one is Kishore, and third one is Tarun. So these two remains the same up to 50,000, 50,000 to 5 lakhs. And these, in fact, has been added of 10 lakhs that has been promoted now to 20 lakhs. So this is very important fact we should remember as part of the budget. Next, dash lakh youth will be skilled over a 5-year period. So how many 20 lakh youth are being targeted in this scheme? Next, dash node is on the Visakhapatnam Chennai Industrial Corridor, Kopparthi. So all these people who are preparing for the group examination, just by heart this Kopparthi node is the one, which is the node which is been going to be developed across the Vizag Chennai Industrial Corridor. Long-term gains on the all financial and non-financial assistance has been rationalized. Long-term gains with respect to the capital assets has been rationalized, and they will be charged with the 12.5 percentage. Next, corporate tax on the foreign companies has been reduced. This is why the corporate income also has been reduced. So let me explain here. So corporate income, when you compare to the previous level, the corporate taxes has been reduced on domestic as well as on the foreigners. So the tax is going to be reduced. But these corporate institutions like MNCs have become twofold, creating large scale employment and leading towards the income tax in the country. So income tax contribution has increased, corporate tax contribution has reduced, but overall employment per capita income will be increased with this. So next, with the sector got the highest allocations. It is the defense sector which has got the highest allocations. It is the defense sector. Rural development has got the next highest allocations. More than 100 branches, which is talking about the payment banks. So payment banks, India Post Payment Bank, which has three accounts, Safal, Sugam, and Saral. These are the three important, basically the clients of the payment banks. Payment banks, to revise, payment banks do have CRR, do have SLR. Payment banks cannot accept or provide credit cards. They cannot give loans. They can only accept deposits of 2 lakhs, and they cannot provide loan, so they do not have a targets of PSL, and they can accept deposits and they can convert those deposits into investments. These are the prime important factors of the payment banks. And India Post Payment Banks comes under the communication and IT under the Department of Post. Next, which tax for all the classes of investors has been abolished? Angel tax. Angel tax is an income tax, we can say. It is a direct tax which is on those unlisted companies, which is on those unlisted companies who try to draw funds from the angel investors. So those taxes which were very much heavy has been abolished now. This is to promote angel investors in the unlisted companies which can actually promote the funds. So those taxes which were acting as a barrier for the angel investors to drop funds in the upcoming companies, so that provision of charging them the higher taxes has been abolished. Next, deduction of the family pension increased from 15,000 to 25,000. Okay. Next, a plan for the contribution by the parents and guardians for the minors will be NPS Vatsalya. All right. So these are the 25 set of questions, and go through these questions. These are quite important. I have just chosen the most important facts from this, and I hope this will be useful for you in the any of the examination. Just by heart them. I'll come up with the next 25 questions which could be useful for you with respect to survey and the budget. So that these are the very important things which you have to mug up. Okay, thank you so much.